Alabama. Come on over, Rachel. This is so cool. So here's another little secret. So, we were trying to decide, what color are we going to do? Well, how are we going to, what color are we going to make these things out? So we just happened to call Rachel and said, what are you wearing? And she said, well, I'm going to wear something with yellow and black and white. So if you can coordinate your bracelets, that would be a cool thing. Yeah. So that's what we did. And if you believe that, I've got some land in Ohio. Okay, so Rachel is 12 and lives in Asheville, Alabama. Rachel consistently, I got to do this close to you, I'm sorry. Okay? Okay. Rachel consistently excels in her academic studies despite significant physical limitations. But since birth, even the most basic of tasks, such as holding a pencil or raising a hand, became physically impossible for Rachel. But for most of her elementary schools, she has learned to navigate the halls and classrooms on a portable bed table that was pushed by others. Thanks to successful surgery at the age of 9, Rachel is now independent and able to sit up in her specially designed power chair. And this was a huge milestone, and it has allowed Rachel the independence that she wants and needs, and she doesn't require the assistance that she used to need. Rachel has been determined to succeed in school. She's a role model for her peers as well as adults. She is known for putting a lot of thought into her academics as well as her lively class participation. You hear that? Lively class participation. Got that, huh? Last year, Rachel was recognized as having the fifth highest grade point average in her entire class. She is now in 6th grade at Asheville Middle School, where she continues to excel in all of her academic subjects. Says school counselor Carrie Montgomery, even though Rachel has some limitations, she excels in academics at a level that is envied by all. She is definitely a critical thinker and never ceases to amaze me with her answers or her responses to her lessons, agrees Crystal Carlisle, Rachel's 5th grade teacher. Congratulations, Rachel. Our next award winner is Michael Garl, age 18, coming to us from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Hey, Michael. So cool, so cool. Help you. Just so the last line is, Michael intends to be a professional sportscaster. So, this is like, he's reviewing my script and I'm very nervous. Okay, so how are we doing so far there, bud? How are we doing? Oh, start here. Okay. Even though Michael has had some challenges with his physical limitations, and even though he has used hearing aids and assistive learning devices, he never misses the opportunity to get as much information as he can and to be involved in all of his classroom academics. At one point, doctors had predicted that he may never walk. Well, we've disproven that. However, the doctors didn't account for Michael's drive and determination. Michael attended a German bilingual program from kindergarten through high school, where he consistently made the honor roll with a course load that pre-calculus, biology, and application software. He always made sure he received appropriate accommodations. Including the use of a computerized note taker. But all of his success has really been due to his dedication, his hard work. Sarah Paul, Michael's former teacher, says this about Michael: he has never asked, why me? He continues to work hard to overcome any barrier that may be in his way, even if that means putting in more time on schoolwork, more than his peers. And teacher Tony Caballero, Michael is exceedingly positive and is prepared to tackle anything. His willingness to participate is always present, and he continually exceeds all expectations. Incredibly, Michael has learned to walk on his own and even has tried out for his high school sled hockey team. He is now pursuing a 4-year degree from the University of Winnipeg and hopes to eventually become a radio broadcaster for the National Hockey League. Congratulations. You're going to do it. Alexander Heller. Hey, Alex, come on over. How are you?
Good.
This is Alex. Alex is 19, and he comes to us from Milford, New Jersey. Somebody's waving. Yeah. I can wave too, man. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, Alex was once very shy. Well, you know, that's gone. And he received his education primarily in a self-contained learning environment. Now he's a senior at Delaware Valley Regional High School. He has blossomed into a confident student and an independent thinker. You thinking now?
Yeah.
Good. He enjoys college prep English and other classes alongside his general education peers and has made the honor roll for 16 consecutive marking periods. 16 consecutive, that's very cool. Alex has excelled in his journalism courses, displaying superb creativity and writing skills. And when not busy with his academics, he participates in the school book club, contributes to the literary magazine and the newspaper, and he provides videography and photography services for school events. You know, I had to organize a videography thing earlier in the day. I wish I had known, because you could have helped me out a whole lot on that. What's more, he helps develop, edit, and produce the school's daily televised news show, and he even has his own monthly segment. Alex's English teacher, Tara Civitello, says this about Alex. Alex is kind, he is pleasant to everyone. He is the glue for any group, helping all to bind and work together. He is intelligent and funny, and his writing ability is well known and very much appreciated by our community. He is a young man who is the perfect example of perseverance. Tracy Michelli, media specialist for the Delaware Valley Regional High School, adds this: Alex has proven his tenacity and steadfastness with regard to approaching and following through with academic projects, as well as those in the media center as a student worker. He excels, he exceeds all expectations. Congratulations, Alex.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move to the category of the arts, and our first award winner in the arts is Shailen Abram. You ready? Okay, here we go. Okay. Shailen is 13, and he comes to us from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah? Go Pittsburgh. No, go Shailen. You know, Pittsburgh. Heck with Pittsburgh. Shailen is a stunning, you're waiting to hear this. He's a stunning musician who sings and plays several instruments. When Shailen was 2 years old, his mother noticed his natural musical instincts. So, for example, he was able to replay complete melodies after hearing them only once. I can't even hum a tune. He enrolled at the Western Pennsylvania School for the Blind at age 3, and his formal training there propelled his musical talents to new heights. And so for more than 2 years, he has taken music classes with typical peers through a school partnership with the University of Pittsburgh Falk Laboratory, a program especially designed for him. Shailen sings with the Falk Intermediate Chorus. He plays the organ, the keyboard, and guitar, and is learning to play the trumpet. He has participated in numerous concerts, competitions, and community programs for such organizations as the African American Music Institute, the Bobby Jones Gospel Explosion, and the Association of Prematurity and Related Diseases. But perhaps the most special moment of his musical journey was when Shailen was offered the chance to play a few selections alongside little Stevie Wonder backstage after a concert at the Mellon Arena. And Shailen was overjoyed, of course, when Wonder praised him for his musical talents. Shailen is an amazing talent and is a joy to work with, says Dr. Lee Ann Conover, Shailen's music teacher at the Falk Laboratory. You cannot give him enough. He always wants to know more and more and more about music and performing. Congratulations, Shailen. Yeah. Christopher Benjamin. Hey, Chris. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you? Come on over. Christopher is 18 and he comes to us from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Throughout his childhood, Christopher struggled to make friends and establish relationships with his peers. But since then, he was always citing lines from movies. So his mother and his homeschool teacher thought that he might enjoy acting. Very perceptive. They encouraged him to pursue it and thus began his love for the theater. Since joining the Fort Lauderdale Children's Theater several years ago, Christopher has acted in 11 stage plays, such as little numbers like My Fair Lady and Les Mis. His performance tests his abilities, and he must memorize lines and choreography and then just simply execute them in front of an audience. Along the way, he has discovered that performing with his peers helps him improve his social skills, his coordination, his reading comprehension. He has also become a talented writer with a knack for crafting comedic monologues and short plays. You got any jokes? Not right now? Okay. Chris has been a wonderful, wonderful addition to our program, states Janet Ehrlich, Executive Artistic Director of Fort Lauderdale's Children's Theater. He tackles every challenge with heart and a willingness to do whatever is necessary to succeed. Tina Boileau, Christopher's homeschool teacher, says this: "When I look at this young man's life and think about all that he has overcome to get where he is today, my spirits are lifted. The sky is the limit with the kind of determination that Christopher has." Congratulations, Christopher. Haley Moss. Get over here. This is cool. So I'm sitting with Haley a little bit ago, and I said, now, you know, there's a royal wedding coming up, and I don't think the jewels are going to be any better than the jewelry that Haley is wearing today. This is like too cool. Haley is 16 and comes to us from Parkland, Florida. Haley taught herself to draw at a young age and was particularly interested in Japanese animation cartoons. And so by age 12, she had mastered the technique of computerized sketch art. Haley's keen observation of middle school culture inspired her to write and illustrate a book appropriately entitled this, Middle School, The Stuff Nobody Tells You About, a teenage girl with high-functioning autism sharing her experiences. That's cool. Haley's book, okay, go ahead. What? Yeah, she thinks I'm funny. Haley's book has helped other children, both with and without exceptionalities, navigate those often difficult middle school years. This experience has likewise helped Haley improve her social skills with both peers and adults. Recognizing the importance of giving back to her community, Haley has also raised money by auctioning off her artwork for local disability organizations. And in fact, just one piece raised $1,200 for a nonprofit organization, the UMSNU Center for Autism and Related Disabilities. That's worth a round of applause. Estes Carnes, Director of Guidance at Pinecrest School, says this about Haley. Haley truly looks at the obstacles she faces with a can-do attitude. She has learned to be an advocate for herself and to stand up for other students who are being misunderstood, or in Haley's eyes, mistreated. The empathy Haley exhibits is truly remarkable. And in her words, Haley says this. Can you say that?
I've taken what was originally a negative into a positive, using my story and my words to give others hope and inspiration.
Amen. Wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I think I should turn that script over to Haley, and I'm sitting down. I'll tell you. Our next award winner is Drew Murray. Drew. Hey, Drew. How are you? This is Drew. Drew is 19, and he comes to us from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Talented photographer. I'm going to get down here. Okay, now you can take the picture. Very cool. I love the tie and the shirt, too, by the way. While Drew may be nonverbal, his photography speaks volumes. Drew uses a digital camera adapted with switches to take pictures that express how he sees the world. Although the camera does the focusing, it is up to Drew to decide the subject, the distance, and the lighting of the shot. His work is sometimes emotionally charged, sometimes quirky and whimsical, but always striking. So in June 2009, he held his first exhibition, aptly called Life Through the Lens. Fellow students, parents, educators, and other visitors were amazed at how Drew captured his subjects with such clarity and depth. Through his photography, Drew expresses his profound intelligence, sensitivity of his surroundings, and a humanity that only a young man both blessed and challenged by his circumstances could truly appreciate. I shouldn't have looked over at you, says his father, Craig Murray. Drew, congratulations.